Okay guys, so this is St. Bethan, and we're putting 6 litres or thereabouts over the top of St. Bethan. Oh my God, just look at it coming to life. Absolutely stunning. And young Alex now is just going to go through and pat it down before it runs off the edge, aren't you, sweetheart? Ray's just going over it now, dispersing those bubbles. That thins the resin down and also helps it to flow over the table. Look at this, guys, absolutely stunning. You can see all the chinks of gold on the table coming out now. She is absolutely beautiful. I think you should do at least another 3. What do you think, bud?
Yeah, I like this.
Or you're going to mix up another 6.
Another 6 and use the rest.
And pour the balance on the legs. Yeah, might as well do that. I think you might actually use most of the 6 on this. So that'll bring us up to 12. Hey.
What?
Oh yeah, it's all good.
Don't make me nervous.
Make you nervous.
Yeah. This is a big job.
It is a huge one. Make sure you rub down the sides here, Alex. Nice rub down the sides, mate. Just like when you're massaging your girlfriend. Or your wife. Doing a wonderful job there, Alex. Sure, there's lots of bubbles on this at the moment, guys, but once Ray gets the next coat on, we're going to pour it. Now, I've said this to a lot of my clients, when you go to pour ultra fast on a tabletop, seriously, like there's 3 of us in this resin room in case we're all needed. But you want to have a very minimum of 2 people when you're doing a big pour. The reason for that is you want to get the resin spread out as quickly as you can over the whole surface of the table. And you really concentrate on the detail now, you know. So like you do all your prep work, you get the table all sanded back, all the pinholes, everything taken care of. And then you come in and then you do your final coat on top. Really want to have a couple of guys on standby because, like I said, this stuff goes off really, really, really fast. And you've got to work very, very fast. And sometimes if there's only one of you, like one of my clients has shown me today, he slightly preheated the resin, which isn't a big issue. I mean, like the resin room here is currently sitting about 25 Celsius. So the resin's been sitting in here for like 36 hours. So the resin's going to be really, really warm anyway. And the table's been heated as well. So table's been sitting in 25 Celsius for the last 2 days. And to just bring up the temperature of the table so you're not having hot resin going onto an ice cold table. You want your hot resin to be going onto a fairly warm table. Alex is just going around the outside edge now and creating the slip layer. So what the slip layer does, by rubbing resin over the outside edge, that allows for the resin that's on top, that is flowing off the top of the table, to just sheet down the sides. Now if it doesn't sheet down the sides and you just leave it dry, you get all these yucky dribble lines, and they can be really problematic to get out. So Ray's just coming through now, giving it a real good deep pour. No expenses spared when we do our tables, guys. You know, like we just go all out. If you're making tables yourself at home, and if it's a home and you want to keep it a bit tight, yeah, that's fine, you can do that. But if you're making tables and you're going for the best possible look, just put on extra product. It's a bit more money, you're going to get it back at the end of the day. Hey, Alex. Cheers, brother. Ray's just going over, popping all the bubbles and just heating the resin up a bit more, get it to flow across the table. You need a hand, Ray, or are you sweet?
Yeah, right.
So Ray's just going over now and just pouring some more on where it looks like a little bit shallow, a little bit hollow. And when you do your pour, sometimes you find that you have some little hollows here and there. It's coming through and putting a coat on the legs now. These are the legs for the bench seats. And I'm picking it's going to take a few more coats on the legs to get the legs right. But the main objective today is get the table perfect. And yeah, happy days. Once the resin's poured out over the table, you can't do this enough. You can't do it too much. You just got to keep going over it. Keep applying the gas. And then once Ray's happy and got all the top done, he'll come around and he'll gas the sides as well. Key things when you're doing this, guys, is 100% dust free. This room has got ports in it for air in and air out. It's got dehumidifier, keep the humidity low, and we use panel headers in here to keep it warm instead of a fan. Problems with fans, fans will just blow dust and micro dust in the air around the room. You don't want to be doing that. You just want a really sterile room, and that's why we use this room only for finishing. This is where all the finishing work gets done, so everything comes up 100% perfect. Ray's just going around doing the outside edge now. And just checking underneath and make sure it's sheeting off really well. It's looking really stunning, Ray. As you can see, guys, the edge is absolutely stunning. Resin sheeting off very, very well. Looking across the top, absolutely perfect. Got to be very careful with sweat as well. So if you're starting to get a bit hot, you're starting to sweat, make sure you're not landing over the table. A lot of people, they start to sweat and they lean over the table to look at something, drop some water into it, and yeah, that's just a total disaster. So I'll come back, we'll do a bit more video on this once it's all starting to cure up. But this is going to be a few days, and then we'll come back and do a final video of how the St. Bethan table is looking.